still got that tooth that you lost there? Because I literally tweeted out yesterday. Do you still have like the actual tooth that fell out?
No, I don't have the tooth that fell out, but I got fake teeth that I put in all the time.
Steve's gonna bust my balls because I tweeted out the other day, yesterday, or maybe it was today, that I want to get a necklace made out of all fighters' teeth that fell out. And then I'm scrolling through the internet and I see that somebody's ear got bit off yesterday.
Oh, damn.
Fight. Yeah.
You gonna get that or what?
I actually tweeted him and asked him if I could get it.
Shut up.
I swear to God, here, I'll show you guys right now. Check it out, guys, right here.
Oh, my word, bro. No word.
And ready? How much do you want for that? I'm dead serious, bro. I wasn't kidding you. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Combat Deviants, episode number 12 for a holiday special here on the Belly Up Sports Network here. And we got PFL going down right now with Kayla Harrison. So we're going to be giving you guys live updates for that right now. We got Carrie over there, fangirling out. We got a lot to get through. So
yeah, let's be fair. She's gonna be fangirling out, especially if you got Kayla H on the card. I can't blame her for that one.
Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy right now. All of her.
We've already had an upset tonight. Already had an upset. Both, someone near and dear to me and Eddie's heart. He was making his PFL debut tonight, and he got stopped. We're gonna get into that in just a second, guys. We have so much to get to. It's a great fucking holiday. I hope you guys all were safe, had an amazing holiday. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at Combat Deviants and BellyUpSports.com. We're going to be talking about PFL. We're going to be talking about Dan Hardy, February 11th, Makhachev versus Volk. We're going to be talking about the state of the welterweight division, what Bilal Muhammad had to say. We're going to be talking about Alex Pereira and why he held up 3 fingers. We're going to be talking about Conor McGregor calling Joe Rogan a leech. Also, UFC 282's lineup. My ear necklace, Steve, because I do want a tooth necklace. John Jones versus Francis. Teeth necklace, whatever.
John Jones versus Francis. And Francis is now having crazy leg kicks. And the 17-year-old is going to be fighting December 10th. Also, Alex versus Casey, December 10th. Is that going to happen? And I want to show you guys Kay Hansen's OnlyFans account. And you guys got to tell me what the hell is in her tongue. So I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving, man. I had a tough one, Steve. I had a tough one, bro.
Oh, man. I love you, brother.
I had a tough one, bro. I had a really tough Thanksgiving, man. You always have that one family member that's just plastered on holidays. You got that at your family?
No.
It's not a tough one for you?
No.
Bro, when I look
it's
back,
a tough one, but yeah, it's just Thanksgiving's just another day anymore, man. Like yeah, we over commercialize this thing to the point. Like I get to the point where I feel like
you guys don't get hammered.
It's meant to be one thing, but like at the same time, it's like commercialized to the point where it's like we're trying to make sure all our family and friends see each other at least once a year because of just how we've made what the American worker is. You know what I mean? It's, no one gets the free time, the day out time, the vacation time they want. So like in my opinion, that's why it really has been and was commercialized the way it was until now. They're all until they realize how much of a catch-22 they put himself in by commercializing what they commercialized Thanksgiving around.
Well, I'm talking about my family getting messed up. There's always one person.
Yeah, but every family has a family member or someone that comes into their family that probably shouldn't be touching alcohol anytime they go to the family gathering.
Like, I go back, I watch the old family footage, bro. When I tell you it was a tough one, my old family footage looks like Tough season 1, bro. It looks like highlights from Ultimate Fighter season 1, man. That's what I mean when I say it was a tough one. Doors have been broken, electricity has gone out, fist fights on Thanksgiving, people jumping on the hoods of cars, bro. It's more like, hey, how have you been, asshole? Giving. That's what it's been. Yeah, yeah. I almost got too into it, man. But yeah, you had a great Thanksgiving. It sounds like over in Philly.
It's just another day, dude. Just another day.
All right, man. So let's get into our commercials here. We got a sponsor to show everybody, right, Steve? Who do we got here for a sponsor?
Of course, we gotta start it up with the True Classic teas, brother. We got to.
Football is back, baby, and our new sponsor, True Classic, wants you to look and feel your best even after a couple of brewskis, or going full force on your fantasy football draft. Sure, it's football season, but it's also butt to couch season. Luckily, True Classic has the absolute best fitting clothing a man can buy. Snug in the arms and chest with a little extra space in the torso, their t-shirts are designed to keep you cozy and highlight your best assets no matter what you're up to. So if your special someone is upset that you're watching football all day, at least you can look good doing it. True Classic has already helped over 2 million men find the perfect fit at an affordable price. Our listeners get access to the best deal they offer. For a limited time only, get 25% off with promo code BELLYUPFANTASY at TrueClassic.com. Almost all men's t-shirts are designed to look good on skinny models with six-packs, but most of us aren't packing anything but a few beers. Fellas, you are wearing the wrong clothes. True Classic tees taper off towards the bottom, but they fit tighter around the chest and shoulders. It's time to highlight your best attributes with a t-shirt you can always confidently throw on. It's about time to get your fit together, so upgrade your wardrobe with True Classic and get 25% off at TrueClassic.com with promo code BELLYUPFANTASY. Free shipping included on purchases over $100. That's 25% off at TrueClassic.com with the promo code BELLYUPFANTASY. If there's one bet you should make this football season, it's on True Classic. True Classic, look good, feel good.
Well, Steve, I forgot to mention something very important. We have two guests that are going to be joining us tonight in just a moment here. We got Lowrant Nelson joining us, who has an upcoming fight for BYB 14, the Carolina Brawl, and he's coming off an amazing fight as well. One of my favorite fighters to tune in for over at BYB. They got something special going on there, brother. And Jocelyn Lybarger from the UFC, if you guys remember her and her twin, which I can't wait to get into that. She's a UFC vet, and she's got an upcoming fight for BKFC 34, December 3rd. And I got a lot to ask her because she got it popping over there on her Instagram at MMA Jocelyn, bro.
Yeah, we definitely like to mix it up. We definitely got two fun characters, two different characters. Obviously as we keep showing the bare knuckle boxers some love. We got Lowrant Nelson hopping on here. He's getting ready to jump in there for that Carolina Brawl December 9th. And then we also got obviously Jocelyn Lybarger getting back into the BKFC cage, and she's getting ready to hop on there. So can't wait to catch back up with Jocelyn. Can't wait to talk to Lorraine as well.
Well, she trains at the MMA lab, man. She's training with Benson Henderson, Robert Emerson, my boy over there. You got Jared Cannonier, Courtney Casey, Lauren Murphy, man. They got a stacked place over at the MMA lab, bro. So, yeah, we're going to be getting that in just a little bit. I want to talk about the PFL card really bad, though, right now, because Ariel Helwani, this is a good card, man. I've been to a lot of these events on New Year's. They're doing it day after Thanksgiving, kind of weird. But you would think more people would tune in, right, Steve?
Well, especially memory serves me, is there not? There's not a UFC card this weekend, right?
No.
There's not a BKFC card this weekend, right?
No. Nope.
There's not a BYB card this weekend, right?
There's nothing.
There's not another big boxing event this weekend. Did I miss something?
Not a big boxing event, but there's boxing going on right now.
What are combat sport fans complaining about?
They're complaining to Ariel Helwani, who asked, "Are you ordering the PFL pay-per-view?" 3% said yes. 92% said no.
That's almost 22,000 people on this poll today.
For the audio listeners, yeah, it says 21,730, 60. That's a lot, man. That's at how much a pay-per-view you're losing. That, dude, I'd retire off of that.
Right, and memory serves me, speaking of Helwani, he had Miss Kayla Harrison on this weekend. She was detesting her disdain for being on the pay-per-view as well,
saying that she doesn't like pay-per-views.
Yeah, well, like apparently she doesn't even get the points or get paid for it, and it doesn't really make a difference for her. That's why I think you've been seeing her over the last 9 months, 12 months, 16 months, that she's been getting vocal about things outside of PFL.
Yeah,
she thinks that it's PFL's a dead end, or it's not really making money.
Well, why does she keep going back?
Does make more money fighting for PFL, but I think
$1 million is a lot of money.
She wants to sit. I mean, you got to think about it. She spent a good 15 years being an Olympian.
Yeah, long time.
So
even as a kid, she was
like, it's one of these things we can talk about.
Rousey.
These Olympic level athletes who are high level like that, they've sacrificed a good portion of their combat sports career to be an Olympian first, right?
Well, yeah.
And you would have to sit there and say Kayla's pretty much, I think she's gotten out of, I guess that what would you call that rookie? She
wants better competition.
That sophomore phase into her MMA training, correct?
Better competition.
Let's be fair and say that, right?
She wants better competition.
So,
but the $1 million, Steve,
UFC is the place to go get that.
Yeah, really. Well,
not for the division that she wants. I mean, unless she finds a way to do to Dana what Ronda did to Dana, is made him basically buy in an entire division.
Well, Cyborg did that. Yeah. Well, Cyborg did that too.
Well, they never did,
but nobody was in it. Nobody was in the 145.
They didn't actually. Did they? Let's be honest. Did the UFC ever actually 100% invest into that women's featherweight division? Let's be
about 4
honest about it.
4 total women within that division.
That's not buying into a division.
Yeah, and a lot of the girls were just going up just for the fight. Leslie Smith jumping up to fight Cyborg for the debut of that division. The title. We interviewed Jermaine Durandamy before we interviewed JDR before the fight with Holly Holm when that division opened. They did nothing with it after.
And and most of the people in that division were natural 35ers. Jermaine Durandamy may have been the one woman, I think, and Holly, that actually competed at 145 pounds more than one time. That
Here's my thing though. You have all these fighters like Oliver Aubin Mercier in there right now. These people that have been to the UFC. What really matters in the end? The money. People are retiring with no money.
Well, no, I think what it is at first you're going to see how far up that ladder you can go, right? And then when you kind of see where you fit, not just in that
She's
promotion, but inside your own skill set, at whether you're growing leaps and bounds and getting wins and putting things together, going on 4, 5, 6 fight winning streaks. That's how you become a contender and win titles in the UFC.
If you want your name known, you don't want to be in the PFL. All the guys that have won in the past for these, you don't remember who
the guys are fighting. Guys, you're messing you've had guys like Anthony Pettis come over. You've had other guys come over and fight for the PFL, and listen, Anthony
Rory
Pettis
McDonald
was always just on the cusp of getting what he wanted in the UFC. Just couldn't quite stay healthy long enough. Couldn't quite get the wins long enough. At this point in time, am I going to fault him from going PFL and going after $1 million paydays? The hell no. The hell no. It would take him 2.5, 3 years without losing and fighting more than 3 times a year to hit that in the UFC. I can't fault him for that. Fault him for that.
I agree with you here.
Who's doing that?
I agree with you here. Kayla wants more than the money. She's living comfortable right now. The competition isn't there for her though. At the PFL. The last couple of fights, 3
times now. She's gone through it 3 times.
Well, if you remember,
in essence, she's at least won $3 million. In essence,
if you remember, last year, cage side at the UFC, Amanda Nunes, Juliana Pena. If Amanda Nunes won that fight, the first fight, most likely she was going to sign, and that was the fight to make. However, Juliana won, and it screwed everything up. You remember that?
I remember, brother. I remember.
MMA gods, bro. It's just how it goes, because that was her right in for the championship fight. That's what people fucking wanted, man. So yeah, for the pay-per-view buys, no go on that. I don't like that they're doing that. It used to be free on NBC or something. Yeah, NBC. And now you have to buy a fucking pay-per-view. Like, we're not fucking paying enough. I'm paying just to tell you guys this. Like, come on.
Pretty much.
It's fucking crazy.
Most don't understand, but it's all right.
All right. We got some more news to talk about here, Steve. Russians.
I said rough ones.
Oh, rough ones. Yeah, rough ones. One of my childhood favorites, Steve. Maybe you can kind of do an introductory for this for people who don't know who Jason David Frank was from the Power Rangers and what he's done for mixed martial arts.
He is for
true inspiration.
A lot of people, over the age or around the age of 35 years old, Jason David Frank was their first, superhero and introductory into.
Bro, he was Conor McGregor.
Was combat sports in reality, and
he was our
Jason
Bruce
David
Lee.
Frank was a part of the Power Rangers as the Green Ranger. Later on as the White Ranger, played the Red Ranger, the Black Ranger, Red Ranger twice actually. But I mean, I
love that you know that.
He's been idolized from people inside the combat sports community. People also tend to forget he was also managed by Sucker Punch Entertainment and over there. He had 3 amateur fights and a professional MMA fight. He wasn't just
to fight CM Punk.
He wasn't just an on-screen dude. He was one of the few that was actually a fighter. But he just happened to do things in other ways. He touched people in other ways. People don't know. Obviously, being involved in the Power Rangers, you would be involved into the Comic-Con circuit. So he's one of these guys. He would stay hours past his signing times to make sure everyone had pictures, everyone had autographs, everything. Like, you would hear stories from other actors talking about being back in the green room in the backs, having stogies on the on the back launching pad. Like, he was just a different dude. And not only was that just a tough one to hear, like, not the fact that you lose him, but just in the manner of how we lose Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
Mental health illness is definitely not one to laugh about. Obviously, he's dealt with a lot of things over the last few years. People don't know, like, he was going through a divorce. Right around this time last year, his daughter had committed suicide, and getting right back around into that time period again. Obviously it was getting rougher for Jason, and unfortunately he felt like he had nowhere else to go, and he needed to take his life going through a rough divorce. Losing a child within the past year, it's rough. Jason David Frank was definitely a rare one, and definitely definitely going to be missed on so many different levels, not just, from fandom, not just in the combat sports community. He still has surviving children, things of that nature. So it's definitely one that hits home, and it's definitely not the only one that we have to sit here and talk about. But I want to let you get your thoughts in on quote unquote Tommy, Jason David Frank, however you want to go about that, man. It's rough dealing with the mental health illness in our world these days, and there's not a whole lot of help when outwardly in the public when it comes to helping men. There's a lot of places where for a lot of people to get help, but it's like kind of taboo for the men to talk about it. And that's why I really applaud what we've seen here in Philadelphia last season with Lane Johnson taking time out in the middle of the season, sitting there saying he needed to get his mind right. He wanted to make sure that he was 100% there. Both mentally.
Saw that on the Jersey Shore. I know.
Came back, still played an all Pro Bowl type season, and the Eagles went to the playoffs. That season, and he's a guy who hasn't allowed a sack in almost two full seasons, and a quarterback pressure in well over a year. So right around that time he allowed that pressures when he had that mental health break, and he came back after that. But it's one of those things, man. Like, it's a real thing. Like, we need to sit there and have places where maybe people are having a bad time. You're sitting there saying holiday was rough. Maybe it could have been a rough night for you, and we're not sitting here talking to Eddie tonight. We need to have places where people, where not, men, women, anyone who's battling things, have places they can talk to have a circle of friends where you guys have a thing where no matter what, like, if you have one of those things, you can talk to somebody, no judgment, no pacing, no doing this, that, and the third. It's a rough time for the world in general when it comes to mental health illness.
It's a little crazy, man, because we all deal with it, right? And that's why we all love sports. A lot of sports fans are a lot of people who struggle a lot. We all reunite every weekend for sports. That's why we're sports fans. There's something in our life that makes us feel alive, inspired. We look to these athletes. That's what inspires me, bro. I say it all the time. I was just telling you, Jason David Frank was our Bruce Lee when I was a kid. Growing up, my grandma still has the pillow with all the Power Rangers. I had the biggest crush on the Pink Ranger. As I got older, interviewing Jose Shorty Torres, the conversation came up about the Power Rangers. She was like, yeah, man, he actually managed me. And it was just crazy to see years later, Jason David Frank still inside the mixed martial arts scene, and how he helped and inspired millions of children that are now actually fighting in the cage or in the ring today. So he's definitely going to be one that's for sure missed. One of my favorite movies was the Dr. Ooze movie, Steve. The Power Rangers movie, Dr. Ooze.
Yeah, the first live action Power Ranger movie they did.
Gremlin Ooze or whatever. Yeah. BKFC also suffered a loss yesterday. It was brought to our attention on Facebook from the BKFC president, unfortunately, had this to say, and I'll read it out loud for the audio listeners, from David Feldman. Saddened and shocked to hear of the sudden passing of Gerald Gregory. If any one of my fighters ever needs to talk about anything, I am a phone call away. People have issues and get depressed. I will always be there when needed. Talk to someone, please. Very sad. Rest in peace, Gerald. And you know what, Steve? It's got to be hard for him, because me and you were looking at the roster, right? And there's at least 400 or more, it seems like. On his roster.
I'm surprised you didn't even catch up on that. Go pull that back up for a second. Right?
Let me see.
Pull that back up for a second. So you're sitting there saying, guys, right? Go look at the bottom and look at Bobo's comment.
Okay, so Bobo, who's been on Combat Deviants before, he says, I'm not okay with this, and I'm not far from it. Whoa!
Now,
peace,
for the listeners, we know anyone who's been listening
I didn't see that, dude.
Bobo on. I've had Bobo on a lot, and he's another one. As we were just talking about going through stuff,
His wife had some issues. He was telling us,
separation or getting ready to be divorced.
Bro, stop right
and
now.
you sat there on that interview and know how close and how tight that relationship was between them. So hearing that from somebody like that, so now we all got to keep an eye on Bobo. That's first off. Bro,
I brought their love story up, man. I brought their love story up. That was
right. Crazy.
I don't want to what did you say, chin cuddling or something like that? Belly button rubbing. I don't want to be out there belly button rubbing with everyone. I mean, come on. I love Bobo, man. I didn't realize that, man.
But yeah, I'm surprised one you didn't realize that too. Yeah, it's definitely another one, man.
Was there a response from David?
Not a name like that kind of catches everyone's eye as an Anthony Johnson would, or as a Jason David Frank would, or things of that nature, But again, another young life lost senselessly to something somebody could have talked them out of. Somebody. But I think we need to change gears here real quick. So
all right, we got our guest joining us.
Yes, quick. We're gonna have to switch gears, and everyone's gonna have to listen to a word from
our sponsor,
and we are going to be joined by our guest immediately afterwards.
Welcome to Fresh Ball Fall. It's the season of pumpkin spice and making sure your crotch looks nice. That means sipping cider in a fall breeze and using Manscaped products to trim your balls with ease. That's right, today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, a company here to make sure that your foliage isn't the only thing shedding its excess leaves. Heck, even Mother Nature knows it's time to lose the excess clutter for fall. Join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping when you use the promo code BellyUpFantasy. Whether you're brand new or already with us at Manscaped, you could use the crown jewel of care for your family jewels, the Platinum Package 4.0. This glorious package, you can align your entire hygiene routine all in one swoop. Inside the 10-part Platinum Package is everything you know and love about the Performance Package, plus some shower goodies included to elevate your grooming game to platinum. You can now completely upgrade your shower routine with the Ultra Premium Body Wash and Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner. You'll have your skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. Don't forget to apply the aluminum-free Ultra Premium Deodorant. And don't worry, it's not pumpkin spice, it's a cologne-quality fragrance. Get the Platinum Package this fall. These products are guaranteed to be hits for your dangly bits. Go to manscaped.com to get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code BellyUpFantasy. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the promo code BellyUpFantasy. Manscaped, clear out the leaves. It's your tree trunk's time to shine.
All right, guys.
Time to shine. We're back, and we are being joined by our first guest for tonight, Mr. T Smash Nelson. How you doing tonight, my friend?
Good. How you guys doing?
We're doing good, man.
We're excellent. Eddie, kick it off, brother. I know how you like to kick it off. So unless you want me to.
No, I got this. What's going on, man? I know you got this upcoming fight for BYB 14. We're gonna get into that in just a little bit. I kind of like to stir things up a little bit. Obviously, Thanksgiving was yesterday, and I was going through your Instagram, bro. And I watched a bunch of your fights first. I was like, damn, this guy's fucking badass. Let's go up there. I'm going to talk about the craziest fight I've ever seen in a minute. But I got to get some back information on what's going on in this photo here, man. Because I know you're South African American, but are you Rasta Jamaican too?
Yeah, I found that in like a thrift store and grabbed it. And the funniest part about that video is that my jaws wired shut during that video. It made it way better, bro.
Oh man.
So yeah, you can't tell, but my jaws wired shut, and I'm all talking with my lips like this, like, yeah, what's up?
That's fucking crazy. Well, not only that, but you had something special going that I really would love you to bring back. Last week we had Tom Show Off on from BKFC, who's got like a crazy mustache, right? But you had this going, bro. That was a style,
Get
dude.
the mutton chops going.
I like this.
Hey,
What's going on here?
At least that was just for like the minute of after shaving, and then I shaved the rest off. So I didn't leave the bathroom like that. I just took picture and let people see it because I thought it was hilarious.
Oh man, it's crazy because my dad loves doing stuff like that. He'll go like right down the center, or he'll shave like half of his head, stuff crazy like that, man. But like the thing is, I wasn't expecting that with you, because here I am watching you fight and just beat dudes up, hear about your background, how brutal it was, but you're still out here having a whole bunch of fun like this, man.
I'm a goofball, man. If you ask anyone in the gym, yeah, I always try to, I love what I do. I love to fight, man. So it's like I never try to be angry or crazy about it. I love to have fun, and it's like makes my life better every day, So I'm happy about it. So I enjoy myself.
Well, can you tell me what was significant about May 28th in your life? Does May 28th bring anything up in your head that you remember? Any significance? Or the last name Franco?
Oh, Ricardo.
Yeah, man, that fucking fight, bro.
Yeah.
Holy
I was
shit.
all nervous for a second, bro. I was like, May 28th. I was like, crap. Did I do something wrong, bro?
You forgot your mom's birthday or something?
I'm all, oh crap, what did I do wrong?
So that night, man, one of the best fights I've seen in a very long time, bro. Going in there, you get clipped, right? You get wrapped up in the ropes. Yeah. Then you come back. He's up there, he's chanting, he's like, I got this. And you're like, bro, I've been through the craziest camps that you don't even understand. Yeah. And you took some punches, and then you just started going with the flurries. You dropped them. The ref at one point didn't even count it. He counted it as a push, I think.
Yeah, there was a couple like that he said were slips, and I was like,
but he gave you one right away.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah. So yeah, I got that one that he like pretty much just went through the ropes and nothing happened. So I was like, okay, just keep fighting, I guess. And then, it went from there. That was a crazy fight, man. It was everything that I hoped and expected for in a way, because it was, it tested me, because he was a tough dude, good dude. Tested me and showed me what it was like in that bare knuckle game. I can't just, taking those shots a little different, even just a couple jabs changes the whole game. Instead of, getting hit with a boxing glove, a couple jabs, it's nothing. Get hit with bare knuckle, a couple jabs, all of a sudden your face swollen, you know what I mean? So, different style opened my eyes. And, Ricardo Franco, he's a G too, man. So, much love to him. And it was an awesome fight, and I had so much fun, and I'm pretty sure the crowd and everyone loved that fight. So that's all it's about, man.
Like, was it weird being in the triangle though?
Oh yeah, the first time, so I've seen it on like YouTube and whatnot before I fought there, and then when I showed up at weigh-ins, I showed up at weigh-ins and walked in, and I saw the triangle, and I giggled a little bit to myself, because I thought it was just like the fake little, they're like taking pictures in it or something. I didn't think it was real, bro. And then someone's like, yeah, you ready for this? It's crazy how small it is. I was like, yo, we're fighting that shit. I was like, damn. And right away I got that adrenaline like thrill in my chest, bro, like I was about to jump off a cliff or something. It was awesome. I love that feeling right away. It's like that intensity is like, oh yeah, tomorrow's gonna be the time, bro. What's up?
What was going through your head though? Because at right before the fight ended, you knocked him down twice, if I remember right. Knocked him down twice, and he looked like he was out of it. And he gets back up, and the ref's like, no, guys, get active. And then you guys started going at it, and I was like, holy sh-. And then you dropped him, and he was not getting back up. He actually needed some help. Do you think that fight should have been stopped a little bit earlier?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, Franco wouldn't have it any other way. He would have kept fighting after that. He's a gangster. So, but obviously, yeah, like there's a couple of points where I even think that I hit him once, and he like hit the ropes and like walked past me, and I moved out the way, and he went all the way to the other corner. I'm like, I don't really know if I want to hit I fight because I love to fight. I try to knock people out, of course, and everything, but but you know, at a certain point, I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't want to like really kill someone or hurt someone in that bad of a sense. So some point, I'm like, yo, ref, what are you doing, bro? Like, stop this. But at the same situation, Rico wouldn't have wanted to stop, so he's probably happy about how it went. At the end, you know, it's like it showed what could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what, man? You're living the dream right now. I know that you're just at the O2 Arena, right? Correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. So I was at the O2. We fought at the Indigo at the O2, which is also in the same building, but it's not the same. It's not the same like auditorium that the UFC fought in, or the Top Rank Boxing fought the night before. I actually went to that. I went and watched the Top Rank all women's boxing card at the O2 Arena. Awesome. I went there.
Well, because it's for people who don't know, it's actually the 9th largest building in the world.
Oh, for real? I didn't even know that, man. So
yeah, I did my research, man. I did my research.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome, bro. It was, I got myself a suit there the day.
Oh, no way.
Twice I got a suit because I was like, man, everyone's talking about the English tailors and whatnot. So I got myself a little suit. I did not get shoes though, so I was walking around in like a nice suit with like Nikes on, but they sort of worked. So
hold on. Your first suit, right? That's your first suit. That's a big moment in a man's life.
I've gotten one suit before, and I got
like a wedding.
I got nice shoes and stuff for it. No, I got it just for myself. I don't know. I had a fight and I had some extra money, and I was like, I want a suit. So I went to I saw a commercial on Joseph A. Bank or something like that. And they were like, oh, buy one suit and get one free. And I got there. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a baller. What's up? And I got like the suit was like $980 or something.
Yeah, bring your AARP card with you.
Yes. But then I got this like long, dope cashmere pea coat for free with it, like 100% cashmere. So it was cool, but I've like worn the cashmere pea coat like twice, and I've worn the suit maybe once, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, so did you rock it the whole time at the O2? Like, did you go on the roof with it? Like, I know they have the roof rides there, right?
No, I didn't go on a roof ride, but I went to I put it on straight away after I bought it, and my coach and friend and I went to the all-woman Top Rank boxing fight that night, all dressed up.
Dude, perfect. Yeah.
Got some. My friend got some box seats too, so we had some box seats, food, everything. It was nice, man.
Well, another fun fact about that place that I looked up is, Prince back in 2007 had 21 sold out shows there.
Damn.
World record. Every night sold out. Isn't that fucking insane, dude? Imagine being able to do that.
That's absolutely so awesome. Yeah, just like one that person is so crazy to me.
On top of it, he didn't play the same set.
Damn.
He changed the sets every single night. That's fucking talent right there.
That's crazy to be able to do that and you probably, it's not just one song on a set, so it's like a good amount of time that you're in, like keeping people and having fun, I mean, it's crazy.
So man, I gotta also ask you, BYB 14, Bellator, Sparta FC, all these places. Steve and I love going to regional shows, man.
Oh, yeah.
What has been some of your favorite regional shows that you've been to outside of the ones that you've competed in?
Outside that I've been to, I don't know, I mean, you even said Sparta FC, man. Sparta's awesome. I fought on some cool shows back in the day. Like, do you ever remember Fight to Win? Do you ever hear Fight to Win?
I don't think so. Steve, have you?
Wait,
you fought for them. Didn't you fight for them?
You talking to me?
Yeah, didn't you fight for them?
I had the Fight to Win prize fight.
Yeah, it was like your first fight or something.
Yeah, I had a bunch of knockouts on that, but then they stopped. Now they're doing big jiu-jitsu promotions where they're paying people doing jiu-jitsu like shows and stuff.
So you're doing that now?
No, I'm not doing jiu-jitsu shows. I was just saying. I was just telling you about like regional shows that I was thinking about that I used to love.
Well, I know that you're doing seminars or something, right? Aren't you doing something like that?
No, I've got a kickboxing program coming out that we're developing. It's just going to be all an online program, or you buy the program or buy a monthly program or just a simple basic one. and just showing you from beginner all the way up to advanced drills that you can do on your own with a partner on a bag, workouts that I do to stay in shape, just like a whole kind of curriculum that I put together for myself, but also to show people that, you know, you don't have to be a pro fighter or whatnot to still get a good workout in and enjoy what we do as fighters as well, without, you know, you don't have to spar or get cracked in the face. You can still have fun, stay in shape in a different way of just lifting weights all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And I was teaching a lot. I was doing a lot of teaching and whatnot in Colorado, but I moved from Colorado. I live in Oklahoma now with my girlfriend Haley and her daughter Lakin, and I train out here at Forza Combat Sports, and then I do my own stuff at Vasa Training Center. I still roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at Ryan BJJ out here, so I'm staying busy, grinding.
Bro, you still got that tooth that you lost there? Because I literally tweeted out yesterday. Do you still have like the actual tooth that fell out?
No, I don't have the tooth that fell out, but I got fake teeth that I put in all the time.
Steve's gonna bust my balls because I tweeted out the other day, yesterday, or maybe it was today, that I want to get a necklace made out of all fighters' teeth that fell out. And then I'm scrolling through the internet and I see that somebody's ear got bit off yesterday.
Oh,
at a
damn.
fight. Yeah.
You're gonna get that or what?
I actually tweeted them and asked them if I could get it.
Shut up.
I swear to God, here I'll show you guys right now.
That's
Share
awesome.
screen, Chrome. Let's go to my bookmarks. Check
He's
this
gonna
out.
be the new leader of Fury Road.
Check it out, guys, right here.
Oh my
Ready?
word, bro! No way.
And ready? How much do you want for that? I'm dead serious, bro. I wasn't kidding, yo.
You have to be like, you have to like put a hashtag Jeepers Creepers or something in there.
Yo, yeah. I want them eyes. Yeah.
I want
Great
them
movie.
Jeepers Creepers.
Where'd you get them
Jeepers.
pictures?
All right, let me switch gears here. Let's talk some.
I'm gonna
some
send you
fights
the
real
Steve.
quick. Obviously, we got BYB 14 coming up right here. Was it December 9th?
December 9th, yes, sir.
Yeah, so you're gonna be fighting the Carolina Brawl there. So how to start for that event.
Yeah, first bare knuckle event in Carolina, man. It's pretty cool, making some history.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you're going to kind of be a part of that. You're going to be on that card. You know, the Trigon gets to make their Carolina debut, and obviously Eddie was really excited as soon as he I told him you were going to be on. He looked at some videos. He's like, that dude's fucking vicious. He's like,
yeah, just I'm a nice dude. I chill. I'm just normal dude outside, but when I get when I get in that ring, the cage door closes, whatever it is, and that bell rings, it's a different game. I got no hate against anyone, but I flick that switch and
I think
it's
that's kind of like the misconception that's kind of lost all over combat sports when you kind of look at it. Only follow it and talk to the athletes or promoters and think they just think most of the people who are involved in it are just these senseless idiots. It's just like, for the most part, if once you start talking, you guys are probably 99 times out of 100 there is no personal problems, inner hate between one another. Just that's the name that got drawn across the card, and that's the name I had to sign across on.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've never spoken to this guy I'm about to fight or had any bad words or anything. So I more have respect for the dude for stepping in there with me and throwing down, letting both of us make money, man. That's what we do. Enjoy let people like it in the crowd. That's what I live for.
That's so sick, dude. That's so sick.
And then and that's the other side of it. You look at how kind of the sport, not just bare knuckle, but combat sports as a whole is kind of promoted now. You have to kind of turn yourself into this other person. You have this personality that you have to be when either the camera's on or the lights are on. lot of, obviously you've coming up with a few of your own, but but as far as what we're talking about, in the fighting world, you see a lot of these masks when it comes to it, not be kind of like a legit, genuine people. How do you feel that needs to go over the next few years? You think that kind of needs to go away, and not just bare knuckle boxing, but combat sports in general needs to get back to the people who are have those great stories that how you guys persevered and going through things, and some of these people who are actually the highly skilled fighters, not just people who are popular, not just people who can talk on the mic real great and sell a lot of tickets. Those are great guys and or girls to have a part of events in your cards, but I don't think they should be one kind of promptly put into the higher earning spots and the title fight situations. Do you feel like that's something that we have to kind of get away from to kind of get to this next level when we talk about combat sports in general?
I think so, man. I mean, I'm a big believer in I put my heart on the line every time I fight. I throw down. I do it all for the crowd. I do it all for the fight promotion to help them grow themselves. I do it because I love it. You know what I mean? But in the end, I grind hard and throw and I'm gonna go out there and throw down. And there's a lot of people that they go do that, but a lot of people that barely work or are have crazy losing records, but they have 50,000-60,000 followers or something like that, and they're making bank, bro. And I grind every single day hard as I can. I've changed my life around. I've done all this, and I don't get that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to get recognized more and things are coming together, but I worked for that, and it sucks to see sometimes that people that haven't put that same time in or fights in or whatever it is. I'm always happy for people and no matter what, but it's annoying sometimes to see I've been grinding all my, for so long now, and some of these people just come in because they got followers or something like that and just start making bank, and it's ridiculous.
And that's kind of like what you look at, like when people are still having this conversation with Conor, I don't know how long, but we're still talking. Oh, when he returns, he's fighting for the title. I'm like, why are we having this conversation?
He's not even in the testing pool.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, my other thing is, it's not even going to be in any weight class. Like, for the rumor is, it's either going to be at 175 pounds or at middleweight. So if he's fighting at places that he has never either been a champion or competed at before, why are we having this conversation? And this goes for when we talk about any other sports. I get it. You have this star, you have this shiny new for a while. You need to kind of get it at, but I still think there's these situations where you have to break it in, and these are reasons why you see a lot of people walking away from some of these bigger promotions because they see how they're going about things how things be taken care of. I think it's really fun to, as we're talking about that in the UFC terms, I'm really interested to see the growth in what we see with bare knuckle and over the next 5 years. And I keep hearing these things with people who talk in the bare knuckle circles where it's just like, oh, it's BYB or it's BKFC. I'm like, why are we having this conversation too? I'm like, listen, the sport is so new. There's no reason to sit there. Like, I don't even want to have a conversation where we're going to have a BYB extreme card versus a BKFC.
Yeah, it's UFC versus
at any point in time in the next 5 years, because I think there's so much growth that needs to happen for both the sport itself. You still have to talk about sanctioning it across 50 states and internationally. Yeah, it's one of these things where it's like there's so many things that happen. Trying to pull away from this and make this happen. It's so weird what you see involved in it, and the fans kind of almost align. It's like what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, just look at boxing even compared to MMA or something like that. Boxing's been around forever. People, they're making their money, they're doing their things, they got their their way about it. MMA's a little bit older now too, but like you're saying, bare knuckle is newer, especially it's been around, but newer in the limelight, I would say, for people to notice.
I would say now's kind of the time, I think a lot of people have gotten international acclaim. It's gotten known over here in the States. I to say the next 5 years is really so important. I think where I look bare knuckle boxing, right, we're getting towards like right where the middle to the end of that Zuffa run that. You know what I mean? Right around when they're at like UFC 70 to 100 or so, when they were getting that really big growth spurt, and they were having guys that who were just coming up and out of nowhere. They had long running champions that you think wouldn't going to lose for another time. They get smacked.
Yeah, that happened a lot.
It's crazy to see how like even bare knuckle in the short time it's been around, how much improvement it went from like. I feel like I saw some bare knuckle fights for BKB out in England years ago. I cornered Melvin Gillard out there.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh wow!
Melvin Gillard. I cornered Julian Lane too out there.
Did you let him bang?
I didn't even know Julian Lane, but I went out there to corner Melvin and met Julian. He needed like a corner. I was like, shit, man, I'll throw a call out there.
He was like, just let me bang, bro. Just let me bang.
Like, yeah, do whatever you want. I'll be there. Give you some water. So. but it's just since like even just years since then, it's just crazy how much better and more dedicated you can see people are in the bare knuckle sport. It's becoming like a real sport. Before it was like, oh, it's cool, let's go drink liquor after weigh-ins and then go fight. You know, I mean, now it's like a real profession. You're seeing skilled boxers come to the game, and it's becoming more of like, oh damn, these guys can actually throw down, these guys can actually fight, and it's exciting as bare knuckle.
I think it's crazy. Like you even look at like I don't mean to go back to BKFC, but look at last weekend's main event. Like when BKFC first started, Joey Beltran was the star that kind of started the whole thing off. And then now we're starting to see he's starting to kind of fade a little bit. And a guy like Houston Alexander's 3-fight winning streak.
Yeah.
The sport is so weird and so unforgiving that sometimes it's so odd.
Yeah.
Lowrant, we had them on, right? We had both of them on. Joey was about to sign off. Literally the last question. Houston pops in down below here. And I'm like, bro, I gotta pull him in, right? I pull him in. It was so, dude, it was so awkward. I thought I was gonna get my ass beat. It was so
the funniest thing I felt about when you brought them both on Eddie was the fact that Houston thought that
I was talking shit or something.
That Joey's nickname was like Terminator.
Yeah, the Mexicution. No, he thought it was the what was it? He thought it was
Mexicutioner, not the Mexicutioner. Like his nickname's the Mexicutioner, right? He thought he thought it was the Mexicutioner, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm like, oh my God.
Like a McDonald's breakfast meal or something.
That was great.
Out of control. But man,
my last bare knuckle fight out in England, they like the BKB people hit me up, those English people, and they're like, oh, we'd like to have an interview with you on Zoom and everything. They were really cool. They're good people out there. But like, so I'm like, oh, cool. They didn't tell me nothing about it. So I come in and I'm on, and all of a sudden, just like that, my opponent pops in. It's like, and it's just questions that we're supposed to talk to each other. So I was like, oh, bro.
So they didn't give you no context into like, hey, we're gonna bring your opponent on. You guys are gonna be popped on for like 5, 10 questions.
They're like, say 3 nice things about one another.
Wait, see what Eddie did. No, it was only just for a question. Like Houston and Joey were the one controlling the thing. We weren't kind of talking. It was just them. Like, hey, what's up, Ed? Like it was like a loose and free type thing. Not where we're like they're trying to get a soundbite out of one of you guys. They're trying to get one of you guys to react to something.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta interrupt everybody really quick. Update for PFL. Aspen Ladd wins a split decision over Julia Budd in her PFL debut.
I figured she would. I love Julia Budd, but Aspen Ladd she's been draining herself trying to make 35 lying to herself for the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's
trying to make 135 pounds. I think she's going to do really well fighting at 145 pounds. We'll see how she continues to grow over the next few years.
That's what.
Now we were talking before coming on here. Obviously, mental health illness is a thing. We lost. Both Jason David Frank, for people allowed to know as the Green Ranger, and we just lost Gerald Gregory, BKFC fighter. how crazy is we were talking about the the sport in general, just like how much it's grown at, how crazy is it we've lost, not one, we go back 2 weeks, you also lose Anthony Johnson.
Yeah.
2022 has been a crazy year when it comes to, I guess, losses in general. But what would you sit there and say, like, any family member, teammate, anyone involved in combat sport, not involved in combat sport, that's kind of battling with any type of mental health and illness, what would something you would sit there and say to them, to someone to reach out to, whatever, like what is your kind of overall thought on where we at with how, I guess, the general public deals with mental health illness?
Yeah. I think it's hard for a lot of people, because like I know a lot of everyone's life, I feel like, is revolved on like online, and there's a lot of things that go on and hateful things people say that you can't really confront or show, talk about as much to people as you want, especially online. And then other people, like, since they don't have people right next to them to talk to, so I feel like that's a big part. So I just think, like, even if you don't have someone there to talk to, maybe try to give someone a call, hit I don't know, just try to call someone that that you love, that maybe that you trust, a hotline, hopefully, before you do anything, because no matter what, taking your own life, I feel like you're there's people that you're hurting that truly do love you and care for you, even if you don't always see that. So just try, all those people, anyone out there that's battling it, bro, like, just try to find those things you're grateful for, especially during these times. It's hard for people, but find those things you're grateful for. And there's no word, even just being able to breathe and being alive and being able to walk.
A miracle.
Or being able to walk or talk is more than a lot of people can even do. And even just having food on a plate, man. So try to be grateful for the little things, and know that there are people out there that care and care for you and love you, and try to talk to anyone. Freaking, hit us up, hit me up online. I'll tell I'll try to talk to you, whatever it is, man. Just stay positive.
You just brought something really interesting up that I never realized for some reason. There's so many more people now that are a lot lonelier than our parents or grandparents, because they sit at home. There's so many more homebodies now than there used to be. And then there's 10 times more bullies.
Yeah, and then you're online or something, and then you really, like, it's maybe you get like but what happens if that person leaves, he's not online for a while, and you want to talk to someone, and they don't respond to you for the next 10 hours or something like that, and you're all like, oh, maybe they hate me too or something. It's like,
I do that. I freak out, bro. I freak out if I don't get a response, dude.
So like, it happens. So imagine, like, being in a bad spot and that happening, and that's the only thing you have. So maybe another thing to think about is just remember that, like, try to get out there a little bit, maybe say what's up to some people, go shopping, get outside. Don't stay inside all the time. You know what I mean? Try to get outside, be happy, enjoy the earth. We live in a good place still, even though crap's going on. Be happy about what we have,
Tune into a live podcast, become part of the show. You know what I mean? Like I was telling Steve before, that's the reason why a lot of people are sports fans, because it gives us something to look forward to, something to dedicate ourselves with, a group of people to relate with as well and talk with. So MMA is a huge outlet. And another part of MMA is, like, it's worldwide. You learn a lot about the world. Look at you traveling the world, man. And you got this upcoming fight for BYB 14, the Carolina Brawl.
Yeah.
And you can get tickets at bybtickets.com.
Hey, put in, if you go there, put in the code Nelson. Nelson, all caps, NELSON. Hook me up, man. Helps us out. Or if you support a different fighter and not me, that's okay. Just make sure you support them. You know what I'm saying?
And you can get that at combatcast.tv/BYB. That's combatcast.tv/BYB. Use promo code Nelson. That's capital NELSON, $14.99 with a discount. It's all yours. Lowrant, what can we look forward to in this fight, man? Because I'm fucking pumped for this shit right here after your last couple of performances, bro.
Hey,
Jesus, bro. Man. What can we look forward to?
Well, I've been working, I've been working good, maybe a little more, head movement at the start of my fights, but I'm going to come out there and throw down like I always do. I'm not going to change the way I fight, but my coach has been helping, we're keeping our hands up better, moving our head a little more, trying to, I've got footwork and I got flow, but sometimes just, I can't not just want to throw down and fight.
Well, who are you training with? I know you've trained with Justin before. I know Rose trains around you and stuff like that. Who have you been training with for this one?
I'm out here in Oklahoma now. I'm living in Broken.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oklahoma. So I'm training at Forza Combat Sports with Muay Thai, and coach, his name is Leo Perucci, and he's super good, man. He's a good coach. He actually spars with us to see like what we need to work on or what we're being good at. He does good pad training with us. We got a great team there as well. Good people coming up, youngsters, and it's awesome, man. I think as long as you have a good team and you're and system around you, good pad session, good rounds, and you put the hard work in and do the extra work, that there's nothing that can stop you. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it looks like you are living the absolute life. We cannot wait for this one. If you have any sponsors, any shout outs, social media tags, anything at all, the floor is now all yours.
Thank you, brother. Check out my Instagram, LT Smash 7. My Facebook, Lowrant Smash Nelson is my first name. Smash Nelson, LORAWNT-T Smash Nelson. Throw some sponsors out there. Colorado Discount Nutrition. I don't live in Colorado no more, but all those out there in Colorado, you can stop through there or maybe online for them to send it to you. They got great deals. They hook it up on every situation, and they'll match prices as well. They're a great spot. Yield Plus. If you're looking for anything to help your products from grass to fruit to flowers to THC, if you're into that, whatever it is, Yield Plus, yieldplus.com. Check it out. It's the best product on earth. I promise you that. Sparta Plumbing. If you're in the Colorado area, you need something fixed with your plumbing or whatnot, or maybe you see the van, check them out, say what's up. Great plumbing spot. Nocturnal Tattoo. If you're ever in Colorado and want a tattoo, Nocturnal Tattoo, they hook it up. They got great work. They always do my work. Killers. And Agozi Concentrates. Agozi Concentrates. They do great THC products, keeping you feeling calm, relaxed, whatever it is that you enjoy. So always check them out. And then obviously BYB14, check it out, man. I'm gonna throw down. I always do. I love to fight. I love to put a show on for the crowds. That's what we do. That's what we do as fighters, man. So if you're gonna watch and support, please do, because that's what it's all about. Helps us out, helps the promotion grow, and make sure you stay tuned for the best fight. What's up?
Yo, thank you so much for joining us today, man. We'll be tuning into the fight for sure, and we wish you nothing but the best of skill, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you guys so much. Can't wait to talk to you guys again, and can't wait for you guys to watch me throw down.
Grow those sideburns out, bro. I'm telling you.
Next time, like my beard, I'll shave it and
get me a tooth. Get me a tooth, bro. Get me a tooth.
I'll try to find something, bro.
Oh man.
All right.
No joke, I have for my first pro MMA fight, I knocked this dude out and he had dreadlocks, and when I need him in the face, one of his dreads came out, and like they picked my arm up and stuff like that, and I win the fight, and I'm about to leave the cage. No joke, the ref turns to me, knocks me on the shoulder, and is like, "Hey bro, you might want to keep this as a souvenir." And I was like, "What?" I didn't see it, and he hands me a dreadlock, bro. And no joke, I took it to I gave it to my mom after the fight in my wraps, because I give my mom all my hand wraps and shit. And so she made this collage of my first pro fight shadow box thing, and the dreadlock's still in there till this day, bro. What's up?
It's like your first haircut in a way. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
for real.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, I got one of his dreads, man, and a
Wow.
win.
All right, Lowrant. Well, best of skill. we'll have you back on here again in the future, and have a safe and happy holiday as well.
You as well. Happy holiday. Merry Christmas to y'all. Have a great time. You and your
God
family.
bless. Ciao. All right. We got our next guest in the wing. So Steve is going to hook us up with this next commercial, right, Steve?
All right, yeah. So we're going to be joined by Jocelyn Lybarger here in about 1 minute. A quick word from our sponsor, and then we will get on with the interview.
Football is back, baby, and our new sponsor, True Classic, wants you to look and feel your best even after a couple of brewskis, or going full force on your fantasy football draft. Sure, it's football season, but it's also butt-to-couch season. Luckily, True Classic has the absolute best fitting clothing a man can buy. Snug in the arms and chest with a little extra space in the torso, their t-shirts are designed to keep you cozy and highlight your best assets no matter what you're up to. So if your special someone is upset that you're watching football all day, at least you can look good doing it. True Classic has already helped over 2 million men find the perfect fit at an affordable price. Our listeners get access to the best deal they offer. For a limited time only, get 25% off with the promo code BellyUpFantasy at TrueClassic.com. Almost all men's t-shirts are designed to look good on skinny models with six-packs, but most of us aren't packing anything but a few beers. Fellas, you are wearing the wrong clothes. True Classic tees taper off towards the bottom, but they fit tighter around the chest and shoulders. It's time to highlight your best attributes with a t-shirt you can always confidently throw on. It's about time to get your fit together, so upgrade your wardrobe with True Classic and get 25% off at TrueClassic.com with promo code BellyUpFantasy. Free shipping included on purchases over $100. That's 25% off at TrueClassic.com with the promo code BellyUpFantasy. If there's one bet you should make this football season, it's on True Classic. True Classic, look good, feel good.
And we are being joined by our guest, Miss Jocelyn Lybarger. How are you doing, my friend? We are back. New platform, new show, new attitude. And
looks good. That's what I was going to say.
How are you feeling tonight? How's everything on your side of the world over there?
Good. Just hanging out at a friend's house tonight, relaxing, having a movie night. So literally just chilling.
So I got to ask you something. I got to ask you a lot of things here. Where's Mika? Where's little Mika at right now?
Who?
Your dog. Where's your little dog at? Isn't her name Mika?
Oh, no. Yes. Not here. Not over where I am right now.
So that's the same thing that happens to me. I got a little dog and it nips at everyone. It barks at everyone, rips people's jeans. If I'm holding him, he'll nip people. He's out of control, but he's totally cool. He's chill with me. Like people like Rose Namajunas bring their dog everywhere. I'm the same type of person, but it's like a risk factor. And then bring him to my friend's house. He'll be cool. Then I'll sneak away when no one's looking. And I'll get a phone call the next day. Yeah, there was a shit in my closet. It's just crazy. So your dog's banned from your friend's house. Is that what you're trying to say?
Pretty much.
What are you guys watching right now? Because last night for Thanksgiving, my aunt showed me the coolest thing on Netflix. It's called Mr. Christmas. And he sets up houses with all these crazy Christmas designs from old decorations. And if you're into like holiday setups like I am, you should definitely check that one out on Netflix. You got something to suggest?
We're watching Dead to Me.
Oh, I think
it's like a Christina Applegate's in it, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a drama comedy. It's super funny. And
so you're into stuff like that. You're like my mom.
Yeah, but it's like drama too. So it's like a mixture of both.
So what are you with? Like people from the MMA lab? Because I know you train with like a lot of people from the MMA lab. My boy Robert Emerson trains over there. That's my boy.
I love Rob. We have mitts tomorrow. Rob's actually who I've been working with.
No way.
Doing a lot of mitt work every day. He's not going to come out to Miami just because he's, working with Jared Cannonier too. So that'd be just too many days of mitt work to miss. But yeah, I love Rob to death. We've been hitting mitts every day, and he's, you guys all know him. He's a true OG of the sport.
You guys talk conspiracies, or because we go deep on like
All the
emerald
time.
tablets and stuff. Like I have like a whole podcast dedicated to them, and if you listen to it, it sounds like an episode of Ancient Aliens. Like no joke.
I mean, you could sit there and have like just get deep with Rob, like no matter whenever, and he's awesome.
He told me this crazy story. I'll repeat it one more time. He was with BJ and Diego, and they were all hanging out, and he had this natural trip where he went into like a deep, like comatose and fainted. He was sweating. He swears he was on nothing, and it like changed his life. He says that he cured his own autism as a child and told me how he did it. Really inspirational, like one of the smartest fighters I've ever interviewed before. And if you watch The Ultimate Fighter season 5, you really wouldn't get that from him, So it really shows like what you see on TV compared to real life. Was that kind of your experience with the UFC?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that was like a big thing for you going to the UFC. You had some hard competition in there. Can you kind of tell us like what it was like getting that phone call to go to the UFC? I know that's like an emotional thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, for that, I was coming off the win against Zoila for the belt, and I literally remember the day before, someone from like RFA had texted me and was like, "Hey, just a heads up, Korean hottie, she's hurt, and she was scheduled to fight Tisha." And this was like 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, okay, cool. So, I could get the call, right? And literally like the next morning, like Sean Shelby, he sent me a DM in Twitter and was like, what's your cell phone number? So then I sent it to him and I was like, shit, the call's coming.
Shelby sliding in.
Yeah. When it came, like, you don't say no, right? When Sean calls, you say yes. And it was like what, a 14-day notice or something crazy to cut down to 115 and make my UFC debut. But on the Conor McGregor card, I mean, like sold out MGM. It was history, right? That night was history. Or just the atmosphere is like nobody.
Was it this night right here behind me? UFC 205?
When you knocked out Jose Aldo?
Oh, no, that was UFC 192. UFC 192.
Yeah. So that was just crazy.
What a card to be on. Wow.
Right?
Jesus.
When you think about it now.
Were you following like all the hype during that card to like realize how important it was?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So did you feel like all of that extra tension with it? Like, did you have to clear your mind of all of the legacy that was happening, or?
I was trying to take it all in.
Yeah.
I wanted to experience it. I wanted to be in the moment, like, and that was just unreal, they have the whole week planned for you. So, and I'm fighting Tisha Torres, of course, my friend and a big name. So, doing the media week and like all that stuff was just so much fun because it was my first time experiencing it. But totally stuff that I'll cherish forever. You know what I mean?
I know that you had the interview with Ariel Helwani, fighting Angela Hill. He was talking with you about asking if you're going to put on like a great performance. And you're just like, dude, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. And there, it's not up to me. It's up to her. Is she going to lay on her back? Is she going to get the hell up? Like, was it difficult interviewing with somebody like that? Cause he kind of really, he's really intelligent. He knows what to say to get you to say something that he'll use against you, if you know what I mean.
No, I mean, I've met him before, like a few times. So then that was my first time interviewing with him. So yeah, that was a little different, but at the same time I felt comfortable and, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So no, I wasn't nervous or anything. I was just like, well, this is it. So it was a good time.
Obviously, you come a long way since then. Invicta veteran, RFA veteran, UFC veteran.
BKFC.
You're you're getting back in there for BKFC now. You know, big one there in Hollywood, Florida. Obviously, you know, how excited are you to get back in there and kind of show your growth from the last 2 times you've been in there?
Oh, I'm excited because I've been asking for a while now. So to end the year with it, especially in Miami on this stack card, like I'm super excited. You know, now that I know what to expect, because bare knuckle is you can't train, you know, you're not training.
Yeah, I know. And this is the thing you talked about leading up to like the last 2. It was like the first time like a shot in the dark. You're just trying to figure out what's what and kind of how to do it. Now, like the second one, you're kind of getting the gist of that now. You know, I think, you know, this is the third one. I think you kind of got to just not only how to train for it, what to prepare for, you know, things the game plan for. How do you think you feel you're going to be different from this one compared to that last one?
Well, this is going to be my second one.
I thought it was the third. That's my fault.
No, this is going to be my second. So like the last fight, for it to end on a doctor stoppage, that sucked, you know, but you know that in bare knuckles, like a fight can get stopped because you get cut up, and you know the cut men and women in the corner can't literally get it to stop, so they're gonna call it, right? But now knowing what it actually feels like it blows my mind. So now I feel like going in there, like I'll be first instead of waiting, you know, pretty much to get hit to see what it feels like. But it's crazy.
I mean, it's one of the things we talk about. Like, it takes a different type of person, a special type of fighter to be a bare knuckle boxer. Like MMA, there's places you can hide your certain deficiencies, things like that. And BK is a puncher you can. It's either you can take a punch or you can't. It's either you got a chin or you don't. Everyone's gonna find those few questions out fairly significantly fast.
Yep. And that's what makes it fun too, like the whole rush of it. The whole rush. Like I feel like the last 7 weeks we've been in camp like flew by super fast. So honestly, I'm excited to get out to Miami next week.
Now, obviously, you know, you and your sister both used to do combat sports. Is she going to consider doing some BKFC?
Oh no, not Jill.
And what about you? You retired from MMA. We're seeing some people kind of get that itch to go back. Or would you ever consider going back? Maybe Invicta. They obviously, you know, they just had their 50th.
BKFC is where it's at, bro.
Huh?
Actually, my teammate Courtney Casey, she just asked me the other day at practice, why don't you get back in MMA? I've always liked the stand-up game, right? I've always liked.
I like throwing punches. I don't have to worry about leg kicks no more. I don't gotta worry about wrestlers going after my hips. I can just sit there and throw bombs.
Yeah,
bombs all day, lady.
And training is just different too. So I feel like it's better on my body right now as I get older.
So what happened? Like,
listen, dude, if you could take half the punishment you can when you get older, it's always the best. Because I kind of feel like as you get older, your mind is so much in a different place than you are when everything slows down. You kind of see things so much differently as you get older as an athlete. So I think if you're in the position where you can kind of control where you're the best at, and be able to do that, I say do it. Like I was just asking for general purposes, because I think I just seen what was it, Eddie Gordon, former UFC fighter. He was just in there. He's like, I got the itch, man. He's like, some promoter, give me a call. I need a fight. I need, you know, somebody offer me something, because it gets to that point. Like if you're really truly like a competitor and you truly love combat sports, regardless if we're talking MMA, boxing, bare knuckle, jiu-jitsu, whatever. Like if you retire from it, anything to have that outlet, yeah, you're gonna get the itch pretty quick.
Yeah, it's hard to stay away. Just being competitive, being an athlete, being in the gym every day, like knowing this was your lifestyle for so long. I think that's the hardest part, where, you know, when we stop doing it, a lot of us, like, we try to figure out what's next, you know.
So I was going through your Instagram, right? You and your sister have one hell of a history, man. Were you guys always like brawlers, or like how the hell did you guys become fighters? I find it so interesting. Two beautiful blonde girls are badass fighters, and now you're fucking bare knuckle fighting. Like what? Like, this is crazy how the road led you down this path. Did you like think that this was going to be your future? Is this what you wanted, or where did you think you would end up when you were younger?
I thought I was going to be in the WNBA, to be honest.
So you can shoot hoops.
Yeah, I love basketball, love all sports, but
you and your sister both played.
Yeah, we both played, and then we just started boxing though, you know, at a young age, and we didn't really like take it serious until maybe freshman year of college was when we were like, okay, let's train more and see what happens. Yeah. And that's what we did.
Well, I watched the news interview that you did, and you guys couldn't even jump rope for 5 minutes, I heard, at one point.
Not so when we first started.
How did it start? Like, if people want to get into it and they go to a gym, is that how they really start? You like, you try to hula hoop or jump rope for a minute and then try to make it to 5. Is that like a good goal?
Yeah. And that's what we did. And we could not skip rope. So it was frustrating. It was irritating being an athlete, and then I couldn't jump rope for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's literally how we got hooked when we were young.
All over the news, the Valley Girls, they called you the Valley Girls. Are you guys like known around town as the Valley Girls who are just fighters, or is it kind of just everyone does their own thing?
Oh, I mean, yeah,
like,
we
are you celebrities or what?
No.
You don't want to admit it. You just don't want to admit it.
We're not.
You're training with Robert Emerson and all these big names. Come on, I see that smile. Come on.
Well, that's what brought us to Arizona was the MMA lab.
Really?
Like, yeah, we were living in California, and that's what brought us here was the lab.
So how exactly did you guys find the lab?
I mean, we always knew who like Ben Henderson was, and so we were like looking into gyms and
let me rewind you. You said we always knew about Benson Henderson, but at some point one of you had to just start watching MMA. Was it you or your sister that got one of you guys into it? Like start actually watching. It was
Jill first. Yeah. I mean, as a family, Dad always had the fights on, you know, we always had our uncles over, you know, Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell's fighting stuff. Dad always had them on. But it was Jill who was like, you know, gonna do the first amateur fight, you know, training her ass off, things of that nature. It was Jill. And
was she always like that, like somebody that would like be first with everything in her life and then you would kind of follow?
Yeah, a little bit, or vice versa. It just depends. Like,
but she's the little sister. You're the big sister.
She's the little one. Yep. And she, I would say she's more that way. And I follow.
So what is it about her that has that spark that kind of ignites yours? Like a lot of twins would say I'm different, but it seems like you guys are like exactly the same in a lot of ways.
We are, to be honest, we are exactly the same in so many ways. The twin thing's crazy. Like, I can't explain the twin thing. Like, when people really say, like, you know, there's a connection or it's different, like, it really is different.
That is weird because I believe in like all that, like supernatural. Obviously, you talk to Emerson all the time. He probably goes so in on you talking about that stuff. Like, like, oh man, I wish you guys would record a podcast over you. Like, that's $1 million idea. The MMA Labs podcast. It would go so deep. Then you got BJ Penn stopping in. So I saw he stopped in recently. Like, what's he's that like, man? Come on, like
he's a sweetheart. When he walked in, like my round was coming up, and then I was like, BJ, and he like runs over and gives me a big old hug. One of the nicest people ever, you know.
Oh man.
So Yeah.
Does he still call Rob? Does he still call Rob Emerson? Emerson. Does he still call him
that?
When
he walked in, he did. Yeah. And then, but the everybody at the MMA lab is like, everybody's awesome. Everybody gets along. It's just, it's a big family there.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how big our team's gone over the years. It really has.
Well, it's important. I've interviewed a lot of fighters that go to gyms, they get comfortable, and then something usually happens. It's not like that at the MMA gym. It doesn't seem like a lot of these fighters like Benson Henderson, Emerson, like they've been there forever. There's magic going on over there. So with BKFC, is it kind of like a newer thing to be training for over there? Are you seeing more BKFC people in the gym, like wanting to do the tryouts for BKFC there?
No, not yet. I mean, just because our team, so, we have so many that are in the UFC, Bellator, LFA.
Well, what about those 6 belts? Didn't you just hang up 6 belts, awesome. Right? I saw that.
Yeah.
That's on the definitely
the beauty, right?
Have you ever had that chance? Have you ever had that chance to see your belt hanging in the gym?
Well, one of those belts is mine up there.
Well, what about that BKFC belt? We're gonna get that one up there or what?
Shoot.
That's the landmark right there.
Yeah, no, when Coach did that, he just did that a couple weeks ago, and he sent me a video, and he's like, "Look, girly," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing! It's beautiful."
So, what about your parents? BKFC, your parent, like the UFC. Okay, this is cool. UFC, the BKFC, no gloves. But did you explain to them the injuries are not as bad? They're more external than internal. At least that's what I've been told from fighters. Or do you believe differently?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you said right there. I agree, right? It's all cosmetics. Stitches,
so what do your parents think?
My dad was at the last one, my first one. He had a blast.
Yeah.
Mom, she won't go watch live. She's fine with staying home and watching on TV.
I mean, better seats, right? I've seen so many people cry. Like, people don't realize when they're watching at home. I got one more question. I'm going to let you go. But like, people don't realize when they're watching at home and they're just ragging on fighters, like these, like somebody's boyfriend, somebody's girlfriend, mother, father are ringside watching them get beat up, or children. And it could be very difficult and very traumatizing for people seeing that for the first time. I've been cage side for fights where people are losing their minds, or if a ref doesn't call the fight, there's been parents that freak out, seeing their children get messed up like that. So your mom's just still not ready for it. You don't think she'll ever do it?
I don't think she'll go live again. She's been to so many fights.
Oh, okay.
But bare knuckle, I don't think she'll go live. Dad, like I said, Dad loves it. But for this one, everybody's staying behind, and Jill's gonna have a viewing party at the house. So that's their plan.
No one's going to Hollywood for BKFC 34, December 3rd, and Jocelyn's upcoming fight. What can we really expect here from this one? I mean, I already know what I can expect. Fireworks, but anything different for this one that we can expect?
Just ready this time, not gun shy, and just push the pace and know what to expect this time. So I'm excited.
Are you looking forward to any other fight? We just had Tom show off on the show. We had Houston on. We watched BKFC 33 last week. Do you watch the events? Do you look forward to a lot of the fights?
I do. Yeah. But this whole card is stacked. So I'm like, I got to look through it again. Like, I was looking through it this morning, and I'm like, dude, this it's a good card.
Hell yeah. Everyone's looking forward to it.
And Eddie was talking about last week's event. Were you surprised that Houston was able to get Joey out of there?
A little bit. A lot
of people thought Joey was going to use his size and kind of bully Houston up, and Houston was able to get out of there.
Yep.
So
old man survives again, man. Houston's on a 3-fight winning streak. I don't know, man. He's found the elixir of life or something. I don't know.
So, Jocelyn, what we like to do at this point in the interview is hand the imaginary microphone over to you. If you have any sponsors, any shout outs, social media, anything at all, the floor is now all yours.
Perfect. Thanks again, guys, for having me. I don't know.
We go. There we go.
Thank you so much for having me once again. You guys rock. Big shout out to Lions Not Sheep. I'll be wearing them. Thank you, Dan, over there at Tap Out.
Hey, my idols, my fucking idols, yo. I saw the photo 12 years ago with you and him. I was like, I was like, oh my God.
I'm not surprised whatsoever that Dan is still working with Jocelyn. Not surprised whatsoever.
He's amazing. Such a good guy. But and then shout out to everybody at the MMA Lab, all my teammates. Coach, I love you. And I will talk to you guys soon. And thanks again for having me.
Any promo code or anything?
No, sir.
All right. We'll see you for the fights. We wish you nothing but best of skill. God bless.
Awesome.
All right, Steve. Oh, I cut her off a little bit too soon.
Yeah, you cut her off.
Bye, Jess.
No.
Oh, she left. I hate when I do that all the time, like on the telephone, bro.
I like that for them to do it. I give them a minute or so, and if they're hanging around like after like another like 10 or 15, push them off. I always lose my patience. Let them get the last word in. Terrible producing tonight, Eddie.
I know, bro. Yes. I know. I tried switching it over really quick, and then the audio messed up. Man. I was like,
you started off the show on the wrong sponsor video. Man, did I? You're all discombobulated.
Was that not even our sponsor?
The one above the True Classic teas who started it all.
Hey, my bad.
What is he doing?
I don't know. It's fucking the new one.
Well, it's all right. Like, you gotta remember, like, dude, this is still all new to you. Like, all this. Like,
yeah.
New platform, new hosting site, like, new everything.
Yeah, so. StreamYard is fucking weird, bro.
Well, like I said, we get to the point where we're formatting it the way we like it. You know, for people who are listening on the audio version, those last few weeks, we kind of we got some our sponsor videos going on. Some other sponsors going on. Meanwhile, awesome episode tonight. Obviously, Lowrant, T Smash Nelson, and Jocelyn, Lights Out Lybarger. Best skill for both of them on their upcoming fights, respectively. December 3rd, December 9th. We got a lot of stuff going on here. We're going to have some fun. Next week, I already got another new YB Extreme Fighter book. Hopefully, I have a promotion. I'm just going to say a promotion. I'm not even going to tell you what genre is, nothing. Just a promotion. You leave it there.
I think I heard about this. This is a good one, too. I'm super fucking excited about this. Steve, I got one more thing to say before we leave here.
Yeah, I got a couple more things to say too, but go ahead, brother.
The state of the welterweight division. Now do I want to talk about that? What did I have here? John Jones versus Francis Curtis Blades or Stipe, because Stipe was supposed to fight at UFC 282. However, doesn't seem like that's the case, and we got Francis training right now, throwing leg kicks like a madman. Do you think John Jones is really gonna fight Francis? Once again, I'm gonna disagree and say it's a tall tale.
It's supposed to be Francis. If Francis is not ready in time, they're gonna make another fight, and is John will fight Francis in July.
So there's a couple of fights. If that was supposed to be UFC 282. December 10th, let's go. I already agreed. Now it's your turn. Alex Pereira versus Khamzat Chimaev, Steve. That's the fight to make. And they're actually trying to book this one right here. And we got tweets back and forth from both of them. That's the fight to make.
Can't say I disagree, brother.
All right. Anything else before we leave here, Steve?
Not just getting ready for next week, man. We'll be back here. January 2nd, be episode 13. Already kind of put little teasers out there that me and Eddie are going to be doing some other stuff with Belly Up. Hopefully, have another conference call this coming week. See how we get with some more potential sponsors, potential shows, things of that nature. We got a lot of fun stuff going on here at Combat Deviants, at Belly Up Sports. So make sure you're locked in on all the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and we're gonna have a fun one. December 2nd, December 4th, are the next two shows that I guess me and Eddie won't be involved in. We're gonna have some fun December 4th, doing some live reaction stuff to the Eagles Titans game. We're gonna give a few things away. We got signed jersey, signed book, and sign that. If you're locked in and paying attention to what's going on, you're gonna miss out. Because I guess we could do some Saint of Steve stuff. Is that what we can call it?
Yeah, some Stannis Teeth. I like that name, bro. That's definitely yours. Guys, make sure to follow us at Combat Deviants on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys.
Moosey was just letting everyone know he was here.
Yeah, they're not going to hear that on the audio, sadly. I feel bad for the people on live. But that's the beauty of live, though. Shit gets fucked up sometimes,
Yeah.
That's the fucking beauty of it. All right, guys.
This is another fun one.
Yeah.
I'm Steve.
Another live one.
This was episode 12 of Combat Deviants. We'll catch you guys next week.